Hi, welcome to the TNT Show. Today's episode is brought to you by Performance Guards. Today we're talking about retro cartoons that you'd like to see remade. Nostalgia seems to be pretty big in Hollywood right now. A lot of classic cartoons are being remade into live-action films. You mentioned Gem.
Gem and Holograms.
Yeah, that's been... The Jungle Book is another example that they're redoing. I don't know why. Don't get me started. But it got us thinking, what are some cartoons maybe from your childhood, or just older cartoons that you'd like to see remade into maybe live-action films? Who would you like to see starring in them?
So, I'll start on this. First off, none of them should be made to live action. Nothing.
Ever.
Never. But I would really like to see...
Counting Gem and Holograms?
Yeah, I don't need Gem and Holograms to be live action either.
But fair.
If there's some that you can get away with, I guess it's like music ones or ones based off of people. But I wouldn't need to see Alvin and the Chipmunks ever made again, for example.
Several times.
Yeah. One that I would like to see, though, one that I really love as a kid is Danger Mouse. It doesn't have to be a movie. It could be just a redone television series. But it had a little bit of humor. You know, it was British-y, but it had humor in it, kind of a wisecracking little spy. The art was really cool. It's just one I remember as a kid very much that I think would carry over still really well and still be funny and have that little focused on the kids but adult humor part to it that works in cartoons today. Or you could just make it a cool action-y movie thing, and I guess if you wanted to try to make Danger Mouse live action you could, but don't.
I think it's dangerous to remake. You run the risk of ruining childhood memories when you take a much loved series and turn it into an atrocious film. I don't know other words for it.
Yeah.
Speed Racer, I'm looking at you.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
I think that danger should be embraced. My suggestion for a cartoon from days of yore that should be remade is the Care Bears. I think it should be remade into a live-action movie that is a horror film.
Oh, now.
Because those Care Bears are going to be creepy anyway.
Yeah.
But you turn it into, sort of a Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights at Funshine Bears type movie where the Care Bears are stalking these little kids that they used to be friends with when they were little, and now they're going down and tracking them down around the world and taking the fun back.
Sharing is caring.
No, I love that, but I also like the thought of taking real bears and putting them in Care Bear shirts and then just filming them.
That would do well too. Like this grizzly bear really wants to give you a hug.
That's right.
Does this shirt make me look fat? No, dummy. The last 12 people you ate make you look fat.
There is one cartoon that I grew up watching in the early 90s that I'd like to see as a live-action movie.
Okay.
I think it would actually translate very well. It's called Pirates of Dark Water.
Oh, Pirates
Did you guys ever see this?
Yes.
So good. Such a good series. Like 2-3 seasons, something like that.
It was kind of Barbera, right?
Yeah.
When they were deciding to not be the formula factory.
Yeah.
But I think that could be a good action film. I would watch that.
Yeah.
And I think it should star Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, shirtless Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, of course.
Oh, is every episode, are we going to have a heart with a handsome guy? That's good. I like
when
that.
you look up the costumes, you'll see you can picture Jake in it, but not blonde. Jake can't pull that off. Because I know it's unpopular, but I really liked him in The Prince of Persia.
I thought it was a fun movie.
Sure.
Good. Oh, it's time for the TNT round. Okay, are you guys ready for this? I'm going to pose a question, and G's going to represent the red team. I always forget that. Matt's going to represent the blue team. They're going to debate the question, and I'm going to pick the winner. Our first question in I guess a fist fight, really, or
Fist
any
fight.
sort of all-out
Right.
Scrabble?
Scrabble.
Scrabble? They're spelling off, you know? Who's the better speller?
There are no
Physical fight.
Yes.
A physical fight, guys. He-Man versus Liono. Who wins? G, I think it's your turn to start.
Because if they
I'll
meet,
start.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, they won't.
instantly.
They'll have some tea, and then they'll fight. Okay, so the winner is He-Man because Liono's great, and I think Liono might be kind of maybe the better fighter. But just like Shazam versus Superman, He-Man's magic backed, and so I think the whole magic angle of him, the power, maybe he turns into Adam and hides for a minute. Liono's like, what's going on? And He-Man is like the best, strongest fighter in his world. And so I think that'll translate. He also has a sweet shield, as you see right here. That's super important. Sweet shield. So yeah, I'm going He-Man.
Defense is important. I get that. For the millennials at home, He-Man and Lionel were characters in 1980s cartoons. If you didn't know, I didn't know either. Matt, what do you think?
I think Thundercats
Oh.
would definitely win. Liono beats He-Man, definitely. Because not even just considering the fact that he's just as big and as burly as He-Man. You know, he doesn't have to have it be part of his name. Oh, I'm tough guy Lionel. But he's got cat-like reflexes. He's got the Sword of Omens, which is, I think, more powerful than He-Man's magical sword, which they kind of forgot about story-wise. But even if we're talking about He-Man's magic is weak, just weak sauce. I mean, in every episode of the He-Man cartoon, it was somebody trying to break into Castle Grayskull, and the sorceress just saying, "He-Man, I'm getting weaker and weaker by the second." She was useless. His power that's backing him, it's, I don't know, it's like solar power or something. And when there are any clouds, which there always were, he's weak. So one-on-one, Liono takes it. He's got his own shield, and this shield looks like a cat paw.
Ooh, time's up.
And he can control all cats, so he's going to cheat and bring Battle Cat in to eat He-Man because he's had it coming for a long time.
Matt could talk about this all day.
Yeah, we can talk about the fact that He-Man's sword might be able to change the the cats back to like small cats like he does with his own cat.
That's true. That's true. Even so, he's going to get scratched and bitten, and that's going to get infected. And you know that there are no doctors, or there are no antibiotics on He-Man's world.
I like that the debate just keeps going. I really like that because this is obviously a passionate subject we care a lot about. I think I have to go with Matt on this. I think Liono takes the cake over He-Man. Cats are vicious and merciless, and they will kill you if you give them the chance. That's your message for the day.
Fair enough.
Also, Sword of Omens. That sounds so cool.
And what's He-Man's sword called?
You know,
The Sword of Magic.
Power sword?
yeah, I don't even know if it
The
has a
Sword
name.
of Sun. Sun
Look it up or
Sword.
something.
Actually, that sounds kind of cool.
And it's
In a
only
later
halfway
episode-
powerful because he needs the other half that came from Skeletor.
On a later episode, we're going to talk about whether Thundercats Go or By the Power of Grayskull is better. That'll come up as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever relied entirely on solar power? It is not reliable. Not reliable. Okay, so far, blue team, 1 point. The next question. 2 magic doors pop up in front of you. One door leads to My Little Pony. The other door leads to the world of Adventure Time. Whenever you go through these doors, you will be magically transferred into transmuted. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll be
Transmogrified.
changed into a cartoon. Which door do you go through? Matt, you're up first. And why?
I go through the My Little Pony door.
Cannot believe I heard you say that sentence.
We caught it on camera.
Because, first of all, the My Little Pony world is a very happy place to be.
Sure.
But second of all, if I go through that door as a villain, I'm gonna have a lot better luck. I think My Little Ponies are pretty resilient. I know they have a lot of magic and a great spirit and great camaraderie, and they're pretty good at stopping the people that come up against them. But I think all their villains in that show are amateurs, so I think I could become the dictator and overlord of that world pretty easily, and have my own stable of magical ponies, and pretty much have everything I want in the universe. So that's where I would go.
That's a solid answer.
Wow. Well,
Gee, what do you have
I
to
didn't
say?
think about, I'm just going to go in there and take over the place. That's valid. I like Adventure Time only because you go into that door and absolutely anything could happen. You could turn into a baby and have your own solo song. You can fly. You can go on magical adventures and to doors that only open if you sing to it. And you'll have a cross-dressed, you'll have a lady version of you or a man version of you, depending on what you are, also exist in the universe. And it just is a place where absolutely, positively anything can happen, which can be bad, but also can be amazing. You could just be king of town and strong man, and just be the boss just because you walk through the door. You just never know. I like Adventure Time.
Oh, both great answers. I think I'm going to go with the red team on this. 2 words for you. Candy Kingdom.
Oh, yes.
A kingdom made of candy people.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't eat them, but they are edible. Like, that's enticing.
Who's a villain now?
I never said I was a good guy. Which means the scores are tied. 1 each.
Ooh,
so,
right.
tiebreaker. What is the best cartoon intro / theme song of all time?
Okay.
And if you can sing it, extra points.
I will sing it. I'll start.
Okay.
Because it's the best one. And unfortunately, only like half the people that are watching this know what it is. But it's from the show Mask. A little cartoon that they had little helmets that could give them special powers, lifter, or and their trucks could change from like a Jeep into a boat. And the theme song starts at Masked Crusaders working overtime, fighting crime. And I could sing the whole thing, but I won't.
Was MASK an
That's
acronym?
solid.
Yes, it was Mobile Assault something. It had the dots in it and everything, but I can't remember what it was.
Assault
Yeah, we might have to look that up.
system.
I love the concept of transforming vehicles, except for the main bad guy. He had a jet that transformed into a helicopter.
Yeah,
and I was
that
like,
was
can we
silly.
get a little more creativity
Yeah.
out of you guys?
It was tough.
Plus,
But
the figures were like smaller than Lego
They were
figures.
tiny.
I mean,
Yeah.
if the mask they're wearing, and they wore masks,
If you
right?
lose
That
them,
was part of it.
gone.
It's like, I mean, the thing was just, wow, tiny.
Yeah.
Anyway, a great concept and a great show.
Sure.
But by far the best cartoon theme ever is the one that goes. It sounds like it was written by the Pointer Sisters, so bear with me, please.
This is good.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duck World. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur.
Do-do-do.
Might solve a mystery.
Do-do-do.
Or
rewrite
rewrite
history. DuckTales.
Woo!
Do-do-do.
Okay, you know what?
We'll
I
just sing
think
along.
we all know the winner.
I give up. Yeah, white flag on this one.
So good. Best of all time.
Yeah, that's
wow.
good. That's a good one.
Clap.
Can't take
Yeah.
credit for it.
No. You should.
Uncle
You
Scrooge.
should take Swimming in money.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Matt's
I walk
the clear
through that
winner on
door?
that. Yeah.
Walk through the money,
Ducktail.
money bin door.
Duckburg. All right. I think Matt's the winner there.
Yeah.
Well, that is our show. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And as always, we want you to comment. We want you to tweet at us, send us emails. We want your ideas, thoughts, topics. We want you to be part of the show.
Sharing is caring.